Hi guys, welcome back to Kim's class. Today we're going to be talking about food in the supermarket. Again, we have several objectives or things I hope you will learn by the end of this lesson. The first objective is identify and pronounce common food items. Another thing you'll learn in this lesson is how to ask and answer questions using the grammar structure how many and how much. Another objective will be to learn to ask and answer questions using are there and is there. But don't worry, we'll talk about when to use each one. And the last thing that you'll learn is you'll be able to know the difference between count and non-count nouns. So let's talk about some common nouns of things that you would find in the grocery store. These nouns and this vocabulary are what we would call count nouns. Count nouns means you can count them. 1 banana, 2 bananas. These are count nouns. Let's pronounce these count nouns. So we have a banana. Repeat, a banana. Your turn. A cookie. You try it. We also have an onion. You say it. An onion. An egg. You try it. Now, before we talk about some other common food items, you'll notice that I use the word a before banana. A banana. I also use the word a before the word cookie. A cookie. But look at these two words. I use the word an before these words. I say an onion. And before the word egg, we say an egg. Do you know the difference? Well, maybe you do. But if you don't, it's pretty easy. We use the word a before any noun that starts with a consonant. A consonant is B, C, D, F, any letter that's not a vowel. So here we have the letter C. A C is a consonant. So we say a cookie. But when it changes is when the first letter of the noun starts with a vowel. A vowel is A, E, I, O, or U. So when a word or a noun starts with a vowel, we say an. O is a vowel, onion, an onion. E, it's a vowel, so we say an egg. We also, if we look, what is this word? This is the word apple. Apple starts with an A, so we say an apple. Now let's try some other words. We have potatoes. You try it. Potatoes. Carrot. And again, we use a. A potato, a carrot. And then we have the lovely orange. Orange starts with the letter O. O is a vowel, so we say an orange. These are count nouns. We can count them, right? We can count 1 banana, 2 bananas, 1 cookie, 2 cookies. This is why we call them count nouns. If you remember in the other lesson when we talked about money, we talked about how to make singular nouns into plural nouns. So for example, 1 banana turns into 2 bananas. Cookie, cookies. Carrot, carrots. And just like before, we use the question, is this, for singular nouns, and are these for plural nouns. Let's try a few. What is this? This is a banana. What is this? This is a cookie. What are these? These are bananas. What are these? These are cookies. Why don't you try it? This is a carrot. What are these? These are carrots. What is this? This is a potato. What are these? These are potatoes. What is this? This is an egg. What are these? These are eggs. What is this? This is an apple. What are these? These are apples. So this is what we do with count nouns. And these are some things that you might get in the supermarket. But there are different types of nouns that are not count nouns, and we call them no count or non-count nouns because we can't count them. For example, we don't say 1 bread, 2 breads. No, because bread is a no-count noun. We can't say 2 cheeses because cheese is a no-count noun. Let's practice pronouncing some of these non-count nouns. In another lesson, you will learn how to make these non-count nouns into count nouns by using their containers. But first, let's just practice pronouncing these words. Bread, cheese, coffee, juice, meat, milk, rice, sugar, water, lettuce, tea, butter. These are non-count nouns. So let's look about the words much and many. In a minute, I'm going to show you a chart where we can figure out when we use many and when we use much. Okay, so here we have our grammar focus. We're going to learn when to use many and when to use much. So we use many, which I underlined in green, for our count nouns. So we say how many apples, because we can count. So we use the word many for count nouns. How many apples do we need? If this was bananas, we count. So we can say, how many bananas do we need? What about cookies? Yeah, we can count cookies. So we would say, how many cookies do we need? Now, when we're talking about non-count nouns, ones that we can't count, we use the word much. We say, how much milk do we need? Water. How much water do we need? Mayonnaise. We can't count mayonnaise, so we would say, how much mayonnaise do we need? So remember, many for our count nouns and much for our no count nouns. So here's the question. How many apples do we need? There's different ways to answer that question, again, depending on if you can count the noun or not. So again, green is count. We need 1 apple. We need 2 apples. That's pretty easy. 3 apples, 4 apples, because we can count. So that's an easy way to answer with a number. We need 1 apple. We need 2 bananas. Now we can also use the word a few. We can only use the word a few when we're talking about count nouns. So you can say, we need a few apples. Another thing we can say is we need not many apples. How many apples do we need? We need 1 apple. How many apples do we need? We need a few. How many apples do we need? Not many. So now, when we answer with words that are non-count, here in the red, how